Hello everyone, my name is Sheen and today we are building a little island for the Fossa, however you pronounce that one, and the lemurs. So I had the idea to make an island just because they actually live on an island, like Madagascar is an island, so I just thought it would be kind of fitting. And at first I also wanted to make the little island in the shape of Madagascar, but I quickly changed my plans and just made an island. Not particularly any shape, it's just an island. And at first I wanted to try out all the new stuff that comes with the tropical pack. And as you can see me trying to build a little hut, because I wanted to have the feeling that you're going onto this little island and it's just like you have a little bit of a beach happening in the front, and then like suddenly the jungle starts. And I think I emulated that kind of well, and yeah, because of that I just wanted to have this little hut there, and this was also a good opportunity for me to figure out how I want to use the new building pieces. I actually think all of what I am building in this video today is made out of the new construction pieces, except for things like stalactites or rocks. This stuff not, but the rest is all in the tropical pack. Yeah. Maybe you will be seeing in the end that this little hut, I don't like this little hut, to be honest. I like the idea and I also like the reference picture I had, and it looks kind of like the reference picture, but I just don't like it. I'm not that big of a building builder. I'm more of a habitat builder because I don't know, I just don't think that's my expertise as of now, so I tried my best. I don't think it's really that good, but yeah, this here you can also see me. There is no roof piece that I can put on the sides of the roof so that it's closed, so I needed to make this custom, or maybe I didn't found them. This could also be something, but yeah, I didn't found them. They are not there, so I needed to make them custom, and this was also something where I had a little bit of a struggle and was like, okay, no, I don't want to build this anymore. That's also the reason why why this video is coming on today, because originally I wanted to have it also on the 4th of April, but this little hut, and I mean it was just the beginning, you know, so it was the beginning of the habitat area and I was just struggling all the way through, and I was just like, no, I need to make something else and do this like tomorrow or something. And yeah, this is what it is. This building was built in like 3 days, 4th, the 5th, and now it's the 6th. Yeah, so 3 days, no, 4. Did I say 4? I can't count, so 3 days. And yeah, now I'm sitting here and trying to make a voiceover for this thing, so first thing I am building, the first habitat is for the lemurs, and I had this idea in mind. It's all kind of jungly, but you can see a little pond, and then the terrain goes up, and there should be the fossa. I'm just going to pronounce it fossa. So yeah, and this was then my idea, and then I just needed to figure out which plants can I use so that there is this illusion that it's all so dense and that you can't see through it. So this took a little bit of time away, but this was actually really, really fun because I love plants in this game. I really love them, and I especially love these new plants which I don't know the name of, but that's a common theme here. The only ones I know the name of are probably Monstera, because I love houseplants, and Monstera is some type of houseplant that a lot of people have. Not me, unfortunately, because it grows too big. So yeah, but generally that's an plant that I always know. So but everything else, don't count me on that. I know there is some alocasia, but it's not called alocasia in game. It's called something else. I think elephant ear. But these ones I also use. So yeah, but the new plants, I love them. I love this fern that you can just hang on everything. I think it's a bit bad that it's not some fern that can go all by itself, because it's a fern that hangs onto something, and it's not something that will grow on the ground. So that's a bit sad for me personally, because now I also need to figure out where can I hang this fern, and not just where can I put this fern. But other than that, it's amazing. I really love it. I love the texture. I love there's one thing I don't love, and that's there are not enough plants in this pack. So in general we have a lot of plants, but in this pack there are not enough plants. For a tropical pack, I demand more plants from the tropical area. I mean, not to say that I wasn't able to build a dense jungle forest without more plants. That's not the case, but the more the merrier, I guess. Yeah, a lot of this speed build is going to be just me figuring out how dense I want this jungle to be. And I also go with the route of semi-realism / no realism, because as I predicted, I don't have a facility for the lemurs or the fossa where you can have them in the holding area, or if they're sick, or if they need to go inside because, I don't know, a weather storm, whatever is there that could potentially harm the animals from a nature kind of standpoint. And I used plants from the tropical Africa and the tropical Oceania. So, like, the zoo is in Australia, but I mean, it's all tropical. It shouldn't be too different too difficult to have a plant that is originally from Africa to have them in your Australian zoo, because the climate should be kind of similar, so the plant shouldn't have too much it shouldn't be too difficult for the plant to just get on with it and just grow either way. So that's what I thought while using these plants. So and I think the only the African tropical plants are a bit, there are not that many, and I would love some variety, and I think this is something I was more able to accomplish while having African and Oceanian? Let's say Oceanian plants. So yeah, and I also used the new lianas. I don't know how to pronounce that. So yeah, but I don't like these. I like them more than as climbing frames. I like them, and the other lianers we have in game, I like them more than the habitat climbing frames, because the climbing frames, I know there are some that look kind of natural, but most of them, and I mean I use them, but not that much, but most of them are not really looking natural, and I really love making habitats feel natural, but that's not kind of something I could achieve with these climbing frames. So I really love the lianers for that, but I also always have a hard time connecting them from tree to tree, because I don't know why, and it's only happening with these things, because if I just rotate them, they never go where I want them to, and when I think the liana is going to be in the right place, and then I look from a different angle, I see that it's not in the right place, and this is only happening with them. It's with nothing else. I don't know what I'm doing wrong here, but it's a little bit bad for me, because I don't like them because of that, so. But what I like are these little leaves that we got with the tropical pack, and I also love the new path, or I mean, it's not a new path, it's just a new function from an already existing path. So that's the null path. Like, you can see me. I did everything in this speed build with these kind of paths, because I love having the paths going over, or no, the other way around, the plants going over the paths, or just having these natural plants, and it's just like you walk through a forest or a desert or whatever, and you don't see anything else. I really love that, but before it was a little bit more of a hustle to get this in, so yeah, I think that's a really, really good update for me personally. I also doubled my toe a bit into the overpopulation new update thingy, where you can now see why the animal is going to be an outsider. I just looked at it in the end with the lemurs, because by then they had enough time to breed and do stuff and this kind of things, and yeah, I only saw that one was bonded with another one, and that was all I saw basically, but I know they are not going to be overcrowded that fast, because like the habitat for the lemurs is ridiculous. I think I made the actual habitat, like if you click on the gate, is something like 1,900 square meters, but they actually only, I say this lightly, they can only use like 1,000 square meters, and I mean that's already like 4 times, or no, 5 times, I think, the requirements that they needed to have, because I think they only needed like 280 or 40, something like that, square meters, and yeah, they have 1,000. So yeah, but I mean, I do this with the lemurs on purpose, because I know they will breed like crazy, and I also put all 3 species in there, so in my mind, if I'm counting a little bit, it should be that all of the 3 species can get to the full size of a group that it can go to, and it shouldn't be too crowded in there, so that's my intention why I'm doing this. I also tried to do this with a Fossa habitat, but it didn't go as well, because, and as you can see now, I'm building an overpass. I mean, it's a great idea, don't get me wrong, but the problem with this is that the overpass needed to be connected to the ground. Like, obviously, there's no other way the animals can get out there, or in there, so, yeah, but the problem with this was that this took so much space out of the habitat that was previously also quite large, that in the end, I think there is only going to be 1 baby going to be in there, and then it's too crowded, I think. And so, I mean, it's not that bad, because there are only going to be 2 adults in 1 habitat anyway, but I don't like that it's so, it's not big enough for me. Like, if it's just going to be fitting for 2 adults, and they don't have a little bit more space than they actually need. I mean, it's enough space, but like substantially more space than they need. I think for me it's not good enough, like from a size standpoint, but I'm not going to build like an extension, because this already, I think all in all, you are going to see like 5 or 6 hours of gameplay and dense down to like 20 minutes or something. So it was really, really much that I wanted to build. Like, I mean, I needed to build the Lemur habitat before the Fossa habitat. I wasn't able to do it like the other way around, or only build for the Fossa and then later on for the Lemurs. No, I wanted to build for the Lemurs and for the Fossa in the same episode. So, yeah. But I really love my idea, and I really love how it came to life, or in the game. So that's not quite that bad of a thing for me. And I also used, like you could say I cheated a bit, because I didn't, not really cheating, but I put some of the walls that you see me doing there with the stalactites, I think, from the, from the Twilight pack, I think, and the aquatic stones. These walls I also before in another do, and I just copied them, and then I customized them by throwing a little more plants on them than they already have. So yeah. And then I ran into a problem with the fossils, because fossils can jump. That's not something new, I think. That's not even something spectacular. But the problem is they need to have a barrier that's 3 meter high. And you see how ridiculous this looks. So I tried my best to not making it this high, but then they could escape. And they only could escape at one place, but I didn't know, because this was where on the left and on the right you have the glass barriers, and I didn't know which side was causing the outbreak or the escape, and I didn't know how to fix this, and so this took me like probably half an hour on this speed build, and I actually did cut this out a bit. But it took so much time away from what I wanted to do, and it was hard. And in the end, I found out that the problem was actually with the stairs from the overpass that I built, like the stairs on the smaller side of the habitat, and because the stairs are going more gradually down, and they are a lot bigger than the hanging bridge that I made on the other side, they could just jump from there over the walls that I made, and then we're free. But the icon on the hub just said that they can escape in the middle between these 2 glass barriers, and that's something that took me a lot time to figure out. And and then I also decided to make some I think here we run into these problems where I don't know. No, I'm just going to make a hill. Okay. I thought a little bit there was a time when I thought that the little hill was a problem, but it actually wasn't. So but what else can I say? I also made some custom walls myself in this episode. It's nothing major or game breaking, just the new pieces stacked on top of each other and then planted like a little vines here and there, just so that it doesn't look like crap. because I think without them they look like crap, because the moss is not fitting at all, and it's just ugly otherwise. Yeah, here you see the problem, and this is also the moment where I will be going to have a smooth transition in a few seconds, so that you don't have to see me struggling all the way through. Yeah, here is the transition where I'm going to build the oh no, what's that called? It's kind of a little temple area, and it's as a where animals can sleep. What's that called again? Okay, never mind. I built that, and then I struggled to get water in there because I actually forgot that the Fossa needs something to drink. And I mean, you can clearly see it's too high up, so they won't get into that water. So I needed to have another water source in the habitat, and I mean, it was already kind of too small for my liking, so I just get the water pipe in there, and that was it. And I don't like the water pipe because it's just looking so unnatural, but in this case I kind of thought, okay, maybe this is an old water pipe. I mean, there is already something like temple-y that's going to be from other people, so why not have a water pipe on there, like they can, so that the humans could drink out of this, so that I don't have to make another water pond for the Fossa themselves. So, and that was already it, and now I only have the cinematic shots for you. I hope you liked this episode, and I hope we will see each other in the next one. Bye!